Hello, let's move on to our third video, which is the second video about the fractions. Okay, for the last video, we have learned the fractions about the equivalent fractions, and following the shaded parts, we can write down the fraction. So on today's video, it will be opposite. They will give you the fraction of the figure, which part is shaded, and they ask you about the shapes, like how many more triangles must be shaded. Okay, so let's say this first question. Jenny wants to shade 2 over 3 of the figure below. How many more triangles must be shaded? So opposite from the one we did in the last video, this one we already know the fraction, but don't be afraid, the method is exactly the same. The only different thing is this fraction is already the simplest form. Correct? This is already the simplest form. So based on this one, you cannot do it because this 3 means we cut everything into 3 pieces. And you take a look of this picture. We didn't cut into 3, correct? So in order to do it, we have to make the denominator to be the total number of shapes. So let's see this question. The total number of triangles are 6. So we have to make it into 6 for the denominator. Okay, so for the denominator, let's use the equivalent fraction. So when you do these fractions, 3 turned to 6, right? 3 turned to 6 is multiplied by 2. This is a hint, what can I get? So if here is already multiplied by 2, so for the top, which is the same multiplication, is also multiplied by 2. So from here, the question mark, it will be 2 times 2, it will be 4. So what does this 4 means? Recall what we learned last video. Is it the fraction is the shaded parts out of the total? So since you already know the shaded parts is 4 total, and we already make it into the 6. So you must have 4 shaded triangles, but now we only have 2. So how many more? Very obvious. 4 minus 2, we need to shade a 2 more. Okay, hope you can got it correct. And you can try one more. This question, please have a try. Okay, let's see the correct answer. The question said, Michelle wants to shade 2 over 3 of the figure below. Again, they give you a fraction, and this fraction is already the simplest form. Alright, so the question asking for how many more triangles must she shade. So the first thing is, I must count the total is how many, and make my denominator to the total number of the triangles, right? So to easily counting, the total number we can find is 9. So the denominator make it into 9. So which means 2 over 3 equals something over 9. How to do? 3 change to 9, so it's multiplied by a 3. Right? So the numerator, which do the same calculation, is also 2 multiplied by 3. So we know the question mark is 2 multiplied by 3 equals 6. So in total, we must have 6 shaded triangles. But now we only have 2. How many more must we shade? 6 minus 2, we have to shade 4 more. Okay, all right. So if you understand the yesterday and today's one, so it will be very easy, right? But sometimes the question will make a little bit harder, like this question. Okay, they give you different region of the shape, correct? They called A, B, C, D. Okay, so for these 4 different parts, the question says which 2 parts will add up to form 3 over 5 of the rectangle. Okay, so in order to form the 3 over 5, let's look at this one. What does this 5 means? 5 here, the denominator is, it means the total and cut into 5 equal parts. But you take a look of this rectangle, you can very easily to find it's not only 5. So again, this 3 over 5 is the simplest form. Okay, so once you know about this idea, so the question will be easier for you as well. So first step, we still make the denominator to be the total number of squares, which is 10. Okay, so means 3 over 5 equals something over 10. So what over 10? We know that is 5 turned to 10, right? Denominator from 5 turned to 10, so it's multiplied by 2. So the numerator is also multiplied by 2. So 3 multiplied by 2, we have 6 squares. So now you check which 2 parts, correct? So we count one by one. So for A is only 1 square. For B, we have 4. C, we have 2. And D, we have 3. So you choose from A, B, C, D, which 2 make 6 squares. Correct? So when you do this one, don't do from the fraction. Don't think A equals 1 over 10, B equals what fraction, then you plus together. It will be hard. We just make the numerator to be 6. It will be easier. Okay, so very easy to find. B and C together, it will be 6 squares. So the final answer for this question will be B and C. Okay, so for now, this is a third type of the fraction question we see. So for this type of the questions, they will give you the fractions, and from this fraction, we will need to check how the shape will be changed. The only thing you need to take note is the denominator, we have to always make into the total number of the smaller shapes in the given shape. Okay, so that's all for today's question. Thank you for watching.